So I want us to do the lifting the arms, shoulder height, taking them out, which is squeezing the shoulder blades behind us, coming forward and down. Here we go. So it's just up, open. So they really go past the shoulders. So they go behind you if possible. That's it. Good. And out. So up, open. So stay nice and tall in your posture. Glutes engaged. That's your bottom and tummy. Good. A couple more. Last one. Lovely. From here, we're going to go over, little touch, and back. Now remember last week I think I accentuated the tall in the middle. So coming back to that tall posture, over, and each up. That's good. Lovely. One more. Good. Then we're just going to go into our gentle squat. It's just a gentle one. We've got our feet and knees quite close together. So it's just sitting back, coming up. As if you're going to sit onto a chair, taking the arms forward for balance. And of course we try and keep the chest up as much as possible. Remember the beanbag on your head. Good. One more. Lovely. Good. So we're just going to do a single arm circle. You can get a little bit of rotation in the upper body, around the shoulder. Going back to begin with. So try and keep the hips pointing towards me. Lovely. Other side. Good. Really good for just getting the body moving, these ones. You can just do these 2-minute warm-ups anytime. Good. Now we're going to do arms together, taking them up and open. Take a little bit longer to go round. That's it. Good. Really feel the shoulder blades come back together, chest open. But try not to hunch the shoulders. Don't lead with the shoulders. Take the arms up first. Good. One more. Super. Okay, then we're going to do some more of our squats. Just a gentle little squat, sitting back. Now if that gives you any trouble, you can just do an alternate knee lift if you find the squats too much for you on your knees, okay? So just go into those at any time. We're doing these squats. Lovely. Good. We're going to do our Cossacks, okay? We're just going to turn sideways. And we're just going to really force those hips. I'm going to come in and watch you. Force those hips to stay forward. So the only part of you that moves is from the ribs and up. It's really hard. It's almost like pushing the hip the opposite direction to make sure it stays there, isn't it? Almost push to the right when you're going to the left. Looking good. Lovely. Last one. Cool. Hands on the side, and we are just going to roll the hand down the side and roll back up again, just reaching down the leg. Now just think, have I held my tummy in tight? So let's prepare. So we pull the tummy in, tuck the tailbone under, and then we slide. You'll feel the core will work more. Slowly you might feel that, I can, after a few I can start reaching a little bit further, because the side will start to warm up, and the back, the spine as well. Cool, lovely. I'm going to do another few squats. Here we go, just down, sitting back. Good. We keep going with the squats because it warms up the hips, it warms up the knees, and it warms up the ankles. Okay, as well as pushing the glutes and your quads and your legs. Good. Just one more. Lovely. Okay, a little bit of balance coming in, so if you want a chair near you, by all means do. We're going to do our knee lifts, but I want you to do 4 on one side. So to take you from the side, I'm just coming up and down, coming up. So everything else is got to stay nice and still. And if you feel that wobble, try not to grab to the chair, try and hold it. This is the first time we're starting to get our feet to work. Good, now let's change to the other side. So brace yourself, prepare. So the thing is with Pilates, you wouldn't just stand there and suddenly lift your leg. You need to just prepare yourself, get ready, and then start lifting. And then you'll find that you'll be more balanced. Good. You coming to talk to me? Hang on a minute. I'm not. I can't hear you past the music. So 2 seconds.
Music. That's
Pardon?
good. I couldn't hear you for the music.
Yeah. Oh, you could. Should I turn it down? Just have it in the background. Okay. Sorry, guys.
Couldn't hear you.
Well said, Pauline. No, that's fine. You come and tell me. If I play at this volume, is that okay? Is that better? Is that okay? Can you hear me now better? Okay, sorry guys. Well said, sorry, couldn't tell, but that's good for me to know. Thank you very much. All right. So we've done both legs, yeah? Okay. We're just going to do our hands on our hips because I tend to find that's a good place and it stops me from tilting because it is just a little slide along the floor and just pointing the toe out to the side. You really don't want to get any of this type of movement, all right? So just extending that leg out. Nice, balance is looking good, guys. Those feet will start to wobble, won't they? And one more on that side. Let's change, here we go. Sliding out. Good, so this is where you have to show stability in the rest of the body. Lola, can't get the words out. Good, lovely. Okay, so we're going to do out the back. Just a few little slides. Same leg, so if you do one leg for about 4 or 5, little squeeze of the bottom. Good, and then we're going to go the other side. Little squeeze as you go back. Leaning slightly forward so to protect your back, but engage with the core. Good, lovely. Okay, we're just going to do a little movement with our foot, that forward and back, you know, where we work into the toes. So you really want to open out the toes, spread them, lift up the heel, then roll back, forward. Just to really get that toes and feet working. Good, and then change to the other side. Lovely, just rocking forward and back, opening the feet and the toes out. Super. That will help as we go through the session. Nice. Okay, cool. Take on water if you want to and grab your ball and bring your ball, and your band. So might as well bring your ball and your band here. Super. Cool. I'm a lot more opened up and, oh yes, actually that's one move we didn't do, did we? We didn't go out to the side. So making sure your chairs are out of the way. We will just do a few of those little side steps, okay? So just do a couple of little side. We need to just warm up that action, okay? So you can do it by pushing, maybe push against your ball. You all got your balls. So you can push them in your chest and use them to brace your body while you're going backwards and forwards. So taking a lunge out to the side, one leg goes bent, the other straight, and really push against the ball. Good, lovely. It does help just keep you in a more braced position. Last one each side. Good, try not to lean the body too far. Good, well done. Okay, so first one we're going to do is going to pop the ball in between our knees, or just above your knees really, your thighs. Okay, really squeeze that together. Okay, put some pressure on. All right, and then I want you to do the reaching up, the reaching down, and the leaning over. Good. We go up, down, and lean. So you'll really find the difference between this and doing it without the ball. You should find that extra tension working the inside of the legs. Here we go. So up, make yourself long and tall, and lean. Good. One more. Up, down, and lean. Good. Okay, the other exercise with the ball. Going back to the push-in. Okay, pushing in, push pressure on. This is going to work the inside of the arms as well, chest there. But we're going to do a torso twist. So we're going to twist the body, pushing against the ball. So I want those hips to stay forward again. And come and see how we're doing. So it should just be that upper body around the ribs that moves. So you should feel that just above the hips. Looking good, everybody. Nice. Let's just come up on my computer. There we go. Good. Okay, well done. And then we're going to do some circles. So we're going to use the ball as our focus. So we're going to start off down on the floor. You can bend your legs slightly. We want you to take the ball out into a big circle, following it with your eyes, and then back down. And if you do 3 one way, and then we'll do 3 the other. So using it as a real stretch, but you need core strength to lift you to the side. Rotate the body round, and then when you get to the bottom, on the 3rd one, go the other way. Your hips might move slightly. They might be rolling round on the hips. Good. Lovely move. So always just, when you get to the bottom, you can always just bend the legs slightly. Fabulous. Cool. So when you've done 3 each side, we can swap the ball for the band. Stay, stay, stay. Okay, now we've done a few of these on the floor lately, but we're going to do these standing today. So that's basically it. We're going to take the tension out at the bottom. We're just going to do a few at the bottom. Okay, so shoulders down, but I want them down and back, so not here. We want to push them down. So let's squeeze the shoulder blades together, yeah? Then take the hands down, and I want you to just open the arms out. So it's really important that we're not opening the arms out in this position, that we really roll the shoulders back and then do the arms. Okay, it'll strengthen in the right place. It's really good for posture. Jan, that's brilliant. That's great. Yeah, okay. So, but in that, we try not to stick the bottom out to do it, because that's a classic. Okay, so try and keep the pelvis engaged. And we're just opening there. Lovely. Okay, let's rest. All right, give them a little shoulders a roll. Okay, but really good for lifting that sort of action, yeah? Then we're going to take it above. Okay, same thing there. So again, we don't want it here. If we can get it right above us and almost behind us, that's going to really help with that shoulder mobility. Because we found when we're on the floor that the shoulder mobility was sort of here, wasn't it? And we want to try and practice things there. So we're going to pulse the band just behind us if we can. Lovely. Fabulous. Well done, Carol. That's really good. Good, good. Okay, let's rest. Rest those arms. So we're going to combine those two. So we're going to go from lower, here, taking our arms up, to here. All right? So down here, then up, and then open there. What? You all right? Right. That's the only thing with this. I can't always. Hi, Norma. I can't always hear things. You were a bit late coming in, so just be careful because you've not warmed up. All right? Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're just gently doing this here, and then we're taking it up and opening there. So let's just do that a few times. So out to the side, up and out, almost behind you to the back. And you really start to feel that opening up the chest. Just a couple more. Don't want to overdo those. Fabulous. And last one. Good. Well done. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pop the balls and the bands away safely. And we're going to get our chair. Okay. You're going to have this chair to the side to begin with. Okay. So the first thing I want to do is have your feet that hip width apart. Don't need to bring your heels together, just hip width apart. Okay. And then we're going to practice just a side bend. Now we can go even further here because we are leaning against something. Okay, so it can be a really nice stretch. So we're going to side bend, and then we're going to go straight into what would be classed as a little squat or a plie. Okay, so it'll be side bend, and then plie. But you've got the chair for a bit of support. So you can go a bit further with your lean, and plie. Okay, lovely. One more of those. Good. Now we're going to go up onto our toes, okay? So you can see, yeah. So we're going to go up onto our toes, come down to our heels on the floor, then into a plie. So we're going to go all the way from up. If you want to take your arm up, you can. Come down and then into plie. So it's the move from really tall, body lifted, ribs away from the hips, down and then down, sitting the bottom back. So it's almost all the way. Now, if you want to go all the way in one flow, you can. You can flow from here, going all the way up onto your toes, which is why we've got the chair with us, okay? Just for that little bit of support, we can get the most out of the move. So we're going to go all the way down to up. Let's do that one more. That looks great. Suits you all. That's really good. Good. Lovely. So one more. That's really going to fire up those Achilles and calves and lower legs. So that's good. So we're going to go out with a slide along the floor into a wider squat. As you come back up, you're going to lift that leg so it touches just inside the other leg. And then down. So watch again. So it's out, down, and then a real push and back up. Yes. Okay, so we go out, down, and a real lift. And again, we're lifting the body tall as we lift the leg. Brilliant. Stepping out, down, and a real push. So this leg is going to work doubly hard to lift you back up and out. You look like you've done these before. And up. And really feel yourself lift as you come up. Yeah, ready? Out we go. Down, and let's go for that real lift. Oh yes, super. One more. Here we go. Out, down, and lift. Yes, quite a nice move, but it works the legs. You've got to do the same on the other side. Okay. So what did we start with? Feet hip width apart. Over. You got the chair, so you can really go a little bit further with that as a lovely stretch. So over. Cool. Nice. You can tell whether one side's slightly stiffer than the other, can't you? And then we're going to do them together, so with a little plie or a squat. Sitting back, so we're going over, back, pushing the bottom back. Good. And again, if the squats are too much for anybody, just do some knee lifts. Down. One more of these. Nice stretch over and down. Cool, wonderful. So we're going to go up onto our toes and down. We can take the arm up if you want. Go nice and tall. Come down and then into the plie. So up, reach up, ribs away from the hips, and then sitting back. Good. Up we go. Tall as you can, and then as low as you can. Good. One more up. You can go all the way in one flow. So down, and then ready to go. Up onto tiptoes. Great, and that chair is just there for that little bit of support, so well done. So our next one is, we take the slide out, go into the squat, and as you come back up, you lift the leg. Okay, here we go. So we're sliding out into the squat. Then we come up. Good. I don't know why I took my arm up that time, but it just felt like it. Down we go. And as you come up, nice and tall. Good. Slide out. Squat. Coming in. And let's just do that one more time. Make that leg work doubly hard. Down we go, and then we have to really squeeze and come back up. These are great. Well done. I'm glad I did these today. Okay, so we've got Superman. Now you guys normally do Superman on the floor and you watch the others do it standing. So I thought, well, not knowing quite how easily, my emails keep coming up on my computer for some reason. Sorry about that. So basically, we're going to start with the arms first. Okay, so you're going to take one arm up. What I don't want, just like on the floor, okay, is arching of the back, yeah? So I want you to brace all this part of the body, and as you lift your arm, if it has to stop there, then it stops there. if it starts to arch your back, and I want you to stop at that point. Does that make sense? So like we say about the tray of drinks on the floor, and that you don't want the back going up and down, it's exactly the same when you're standing. So you just want to get that movement in the shoulders. So we're just going to do alternate shoulders, okay? So you can lean in slightly, taking it up. You'll actually feel what it's like when the others are doing it with the chair and we're on the floor. Okay, so it still works that range of movement in the shoulder, challenging the chest as well and the back. Good. So now we're going to do it with the legs. So again, don't want too much movement, so brace yourself, pull the tummy in, and we just want to go back with one leg, back with the other. Back and a little squeeze, back, good. You can lean on the chair, that's fine to lean on the chair for these. The more the concentration is in the glutes. And the more we sit on our glutes, the more they get disengaged. Lovely. Now we're going to add those together. So it'll be right arm and left leg. So we want to brace the tummy again, leaning forward but holding the tummy, squeezing the glutes, stretching the body from fingers to toes, and then down. And again, stretching. Come and have a little look, stretching. The taller and longer you get. If you're feeling it in your back at all, then just lean forward a little bit more. You might be too much upright. Good, and change over. Other side, forward. Nice little squeeze of the glutes. Change. So now we're just going to do it a little bit more flowing. So we're literally going to go out, stretch, and down. Out, stretch, and down. Flowing with that movement from one side to the other, stretching and elongating the body. You can use the chair for support. This isn't a balance exercise. This is more of a stretching and strengthening exercise. Just one more each side. Brilliant. Well done. Okay. So, you'll have to tell me when I can talk to you properly. You know, how you feel compared with doing that on the floor. It does make the exercise slightly different, doesn't it? But it's still just as strenuous. So we do the thread in the needle on the floor, and we're looking through. We're going to get more rotation here because we've not got our knees on the floor yet. So we're going to be able to reach round a bit more, and we're going to be able to reach through. So I want you to pull in the tummy, engage the core, try not to move the hips too much. So the hips need to be fairly static, and the legs, and it's just everything above the hips that moves. And just slowly flow from out to under. Just looking, that's it. Yeah, cool. So we've got we're leaning quite a long way away from the chair in a sense. You don't want to be here because you're not going to have much room. You want to be a reasonable distance away so you can get that movement and through. Lovely, let's change to the other side. They're looking really good. So hopefully that mobility, this is what we're trying to achieve there, mobility in our spine. So we're going to reach up and then we're going to reach through. Hopefully you can feel that you can really hold the tummy, embrace that tummy, and it helps you keep nice and stable around the hips. Couple more. Some really good ones there, excellent. And again, slightly different than being on the floor. You might find you get more rotation, or you might find you get less rotation. Lovely. We're going to finish off in this position with a cat-cow. Again, I know some of you do it standing, but we're going to, so we really want to round that back off as much as possible. So really round it, tuck the pelvis under, pull the tummy in, round the shoulders. And then we want to go the opposite way. We really want to sit the bottom out, sit that chest forward and down, really into that gorilla pose, the silverback with the bottom stuck out. And then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to round it off again, tuck that tailbone, soft knees, arms round, and then push the tummy forward. And hopefully you can start to get that feeling of your back going from one extreme to the other. Lovely. Okay, to do another stretch, I want you to take a step back from the chair. And if you can, just drop your head as if your head's going to drop between your shoulders. And that should give you a little bit like the child's pose. It's very similar to child's pose as far as you're stretching your back and your upper shoulders. Cool. Hold that there. Lovely. Now we're going to just try and do this angled now. So if you want to just glance up. So I'm standing next to my chair, but I'm going to put my hand on my chair out to the side at an angle. I'm going to get a nice stretch down this side. Does that make sense? So the chair's not in front of me. It's over to the side. And then I'm going to do what you've just done. So it's like child's pose, but looking out to the side. You got that? So out to the side and then you reach down. Good. You'll know if you're getting that nice stretch down the side of the body. Super. Good. And you may then need to move your chair, or if you've got room to go around the other side of your chair, you're going to have the chair out to the side, reach again, sink down into the move, and you should be able to feel a nice stretch down the side of the body. You all got that? Yeah, looking good? Okay, right, coming back up. We are going to, if you can, I know some of you might need to use a band, but if you can do a quad stretch where you can get hold of your trousers, your shoes. If not, if that's a bit tricky, okay, you can always pop the band around your legs and you use the band to hold it up. All right, I think most of you can manage, can't you? That's it. Really nice stretch on the front of the legs there. And then we change legs. So if you want to hold on to the chair, that's great, because this isn't a balance exercise again. This is a nice stretch for the quad. Lovely. Cool, so that should stretch that out nicely. Another one gets tight if we sit a lot. Okay, so we're going to face the seat part of the chair. Now, please be very careful. If you're a bit wobbly and this isn't for you, don't worry about it. Okay, I want you to put the foot on the chair and sink into it. Now what this is doing, this is going to stretch the back of our legs. But if it isn't for you, then you can, the opposite would be, just to stand next to the chair and sink into the stretch, yeah? So it's up to you. If you just want to do it like this, like I am, then that's fine. If you feel that you're comfortable, pop this foot onto the chair and then sink into it. That's entirely up to you. Okay? You're all doing it anyway. That's brilliant. Can you see it? Can you stretch the inside of that leg a little bit more? You can rock into it. Good. Now change over to the other leg. You might want to hold the back of the chair there for a little bit of stability if you want, or the arms of the chair. Just really opening up into the glutes. Lovely. Then we're going to come around and sit on our chair. Okay. I want you to cross your leg over. Cross one leg over. Then I want you to get hold of that knee and bring it right up into your chest. And you should feel that down into the bottom on that side. Okay, I'll quick that. Yeah? So by pulling that in, you should. It's very similar to when we do it laid on the floor. Cool. The more you hug it in, and if you want to look the same way as that leg and actually turn your body that way, that can increase it. I can feel that. And let's change legs. So cross the leg over, bring the knee up. So we're all seeing what it's like to do it seated today. And we're going to look that way. So really bring the body and chest, hug that knee in, and you'll feel that right down into the glutes. Nice easy stretch, even if you're in the chair at home. Next one. Move myself back a bit. I want you to put your leg out in front of you. You want to be sat right on the edge of the chair. You really want to come right forward. I want the leg stretched out in front of you, and I want you to reach down towards it. Try not to collapse. You remember, I always like to reach out. If you do this, that's your back that's being stretched. If you reach out towards your foot, then that is your actual hamstring. You should all be able to. Good job Margaret's not with us today. She would have really felt this one. So down towards the foot. Lovely. Coming back up, we don't want to hold that too long. Taking the other foot out. If you bring your toes up towards you, that can make it even more of a stretch. So forward, towards, but without collapsing. So we're not trying to touch our toes, we're trying to go above our toes. Lovely. Okay, nice. I was just going to say, should we try one on the floor? But you've all put your mats away, so we won't. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our knees over to one side, and then we're going to do a twist, which is no different than us laying on the floor doing this move. In fact, it uses your core more because you're still having to sit up. Whereas when we're on the floor, we can relax. So it's probably harder. And then we're going to take the knees all the way to the other side. And we have a lovely stretch that way. Super. So the chairs can go out of the way. Those come in handy today. But we're going to finish off with some of our chest opener. Just opening up the chest. Nice little bit of movement in the body still. Opening, looking up and back. Good. Lovely. Okay, little roll of the shoulders back. Good, and then a roll of the shoulders forward. Nice. And we started today with our little dip and our breath, so we're going to do that again. So breathing in. Nice deep breaths and out. Little dip in. Really feel yourself stretching out from those hips all the way up to the fingers. One more. And down. Okay. Cool, and give yourself a clap. We did it.